But how soon can he do it now? So, there's a maximum of 86 points up for grabs across the remaining 3 rounds of the season. Okay, 86 lads. Now to score this amount, a driver would have to take victory in all 3 Grand Prix, with each awarding 25 points, win the sprint in Qatar, take the 8 points as well, and score the additional point for setting the fastest lap at every race. Jesus Christ. I mean, Lando Norris has got one hell of a mountain to climb now, lads. Can he do it? Anything's possible, but it ain't looking very good for our boy here. Now, I'm going to still throw in, and we're going to keep coming back to this in a minute, lads. I'm going to say that they didn't help themselves either. They have pissed this down the toilet. Pissed it all away. And Norris would, and I'm telling you lads, I've seen this so many times in different racing scenarios, that, okay, you could say, well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and if Verstappen's going to win the championship, he's going to win the championship. But let me tell you now, those 3 rounds in the summertime when they let Piastri finish ahead of Lando Norris was suicide, because he could have picked up an extra, I think as far as I remember, I got up to, it was either 15 or 17 points. Forgive me, I should have actually written that down, lads. But it's around that anyway, okay? It's around that. 15, 17 extra points. And even before Sao Paulo, this would have put a lot more pressure on Red Bull. And lads, all you need, it's like that stone in your shoe, okay? You don't notice the stone too much, right? But then you start doing plenty of mileage in your boots. What happens? You start to get uncomfortable. Then it starts to dig into your, to just dig into your skin. Then all of a sudden you're limping if it keeps going. So lads, let me tell you, that it'd be wear and tear. Wear and tear. But look, I'm talking out of my ass too, let's be honest. I mean, I'm talking about here and this and so and blah, 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 blah. It's because it didn't happen. It didn't happen. It was a sensational win. Again, I know I gotta stop saying that. Okay, let's get back to the slides. I'm getting all sidetracked. The maths show Verstappen could win the Drivers' Championship as early as the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Now, with victory in Sin City guaranteeing Verstappen the title, giving him an unsaleable lead heading into the final 2 Grand Prix, regardless of where Norris finishes. Outside of outright victory, Verstappen will automatically take the title if Norris doesn't outscore him by at least 3 points in Vegas. While even if Verstappen fails to score, Norris would still need to finish at least 8th or 9th with a fastest lap point. Bottom line, lads, he just needs to win, and Verstappen needs to have DNF, DNF, DNF. And that's the only way it's going to happen at this stage. Now, they're saying here, Norris needs to outscore Verstappen at every race weekend in order to keep his chances of beating the 3-time champion alive, but also needs multiple weekends where he can make significant inroads into the points deficit. The Briton had closed up to within 44 after the Sao Paulo sprint, but leaves Brazil with a 62-point deficit to the Dutchman after Verstappen's epic Grand Prix win, and where Norris finished 6th. Given that 62-point gap going into Vegas, and the fact that after that race there'll be 60 points available, Norris needs to outscore Verstappen by 3 points in Nevada to keep the fight alive. If Norris wins, the title fight continues regardless of where Verstappen finishes and whether the Dutchman grabs the bonus point. So, and now let me bring this up now in front of you guys here for the screen. So you can see here now, they're actually doing all the permutations here, which is pretty cool. So Verstappen's results in Vegas, if he finishes top 10 or 11th or lower, if Verstappen finishes 2nd, Norris needs to finish 1st. If Verstappen finishes 3rd, Norris needs to take either 1st or 2nd. If Verstappen finishes 4th, Norris minimum, again, we're talking minimum, he needs to finish 3rd or 2nd. Bare minimum now, lads. And then if it's, let me see, if Verstappen finishes 5th, Norris needs to be 4th or 3rd. Verstappen 6th, Norris 5th or 4th. Verstappen 7th. Norris 6th or 5th. Verstappen 8th. Norris goes 7th or 6th. Verstappen goes 9th. 8th. Norris has to go 8th or 7th. And if Verstappen goes 10th, Norris has to minimum again, finishes 9th or 8th. So, that's it, lads.
Walsh running the Irish green, and look at the move, he's making down to the inside.
Moves to the front from 5th all the way to the lead in lap 1.
Walsh takes win number 2.
Peter Walsh.